actually. Go as a state of mind, 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 actually.
Hello and welcome to Racing Club UK. It is the second of our live games. It is Racing Club Avellaneda taking on Union de Santa Fe. We're a couple of minutes away from kickoff. My name is Darren Paul. I am joined by the one, the only, the man that makes it all tick, Nacho Sierra. Nacho, how are you doing this evening?
Hey Darren, I'm very good, thanks. How things?
Things are good. We're just a couple of moments away from the kickoff here. Both sides are on the field. They're wearing Argentine shirts with, of course, Maradona 10 on the back. And they just had, I think, one moment in silence. And I think we're about to get ready for a second once the toss has been taken. It is Lucas Orban captaining a very different, rather changed look Racing Club today. Just going to quickly go through the lineups. The 2-11s are for Racing Club. Mateus Ibanez starts in goal. The back four of Juan Cáceres, Lucas Orban, Fernando Prado, and Sergio Sanchez. The back four, Walter Montoya, Patricio Tanda, and Diego Benega. A midfield three with Carlos Alcaraz, Angel Gomez, and Santiago Godoy. A very young forward three. 17, 19, and 19 years old, respectively, as the minute of silence taking place at centre field. Now, obviously, Nacho, we are paying our respects as there's minutes of applause. Can you just quickly speak about, what Maradona meant to you as a football fan growing up?
It's a tough one. But of course, he's an idol. Of course, it's someone we always admire as an imperfect genius with his struggles outside the pitch and with his magic on the pitch. But definitely the most relevant person for the Argentinian football ever. I read plenty of articles this week. Jorge Valdano wrote in multiple newspapers. There's a version in English in The Guardian, but you can access the Spanish version in other Argentine and Spanish newspapers. I think that summarized perfectly what Diego meant for all the Argentinian people or the football fans. So as I say, my respects. Sad news. We all love Diego, and it's a shame that he's not longer around, but definitely there's a legacy that we will never forget.
As they are taking it away from centre field, a picture of him kissing the World Cup trophy, of course, having led Argentina to the 1986 World Cup victory. And of course, former Racing Club manager, director technical of the club, as the referees in enormous font on their backs have Gracias Diego, which we love to see. And throughout the 90 minutes, Nacho will no doubt have more on Diego Maradona, of course, the genius that he was and his impact on football. But for right now, we are turning our attention to this game, Racing Club versus Union de Santa Fe. Union's 11, slightly more standard to what they usually put out. They've got in goal Federico Bonacena, back four of Francisco Gerometa, Franco Calderon, Matthias Nani, and Lucas Esquivel. Midfield three of Neri Lesches, Sebastian Assis, Kevin Zenon, and a forward three of Javier Cabrera, Fernando Marquez, and Franco Trojansky. Racing will be kicking off. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I think there's chances that Racing will play a back five actually, or a back three and two wing backs. Let's see what happened in the first minutes, but I think that's going to be very likely to happen. It's going to happen, yeah.
So with Tanda sat between Lucas Orban and Fernando Prado, well, we're about to find out as Racing kickoff underway, shooting right to left. immediately trying to get something going down the right-hand side. That's been picked up by Union. What shape are you seeing so far, Nacho Tierno?
I see 2 strikers, and I see Alcaraz playing as a number 10, but that might change. Let's see.
As it's a long throw by Union. They're trying to make things happen down the left-hand side. Centering ball out of play off Orban. It's a throw-in for Union de Santa Fe. Coming up the left-hand side early. Remember, they scored early within 5 minutes last time these two clubs met a couple of weeks ago in Santa Fe. And that's going to be yet another throw-in for Union. Far side, the left. As they try and centre it, but it's headed away by Orban, still in the possession of Union de Santa Fe. Headed into the air, high into the air by Cáceres. As that's a foul, that will be a free kick, central position for Union. And of course, Nacho, this is where, as Assis it was who was fouled, this is where, I want to say Independiente, but it wasn't. It was Arsenal de Sarandí. Really profited early against Racing last time.
Yeah, from a really good set piece. Something that move the Arsenal probably practiced during the week. But I think in this case Troshansky is going to try the shot. I don't think there's anything special prepared by Union in this case.
So it's Marquez and Troshansky stood over the ball, 22.6 meters out central of the goal. Guarded by Matías Ibáñez in his delightful pink kit, 5 in the wall. Our referee, Merlos, gives the whistle.
No.
And it's just whistles wide. That was struck well by the captain, Fernando Marquez. But it was always headed wide. Racing's goal. Nacho Tierno.
Yeah, it was really close. It was a really nice shot from Marquez. I wonder whether the wall that Ibáñez put was set up for a left-footed player, and actually Marquez with his right foot was something that Ibáñez didn't consider. I think we got away with it.
Union again attacking down the left-hand side, headed clear by Danda. And now Racing trying to come across halfway.
Definitely back three with Orban, Prado, and Cáceres. Orban in the middle, Cáceres on the right, and Prado on the left.
With number 42, Patricio Tanda, just 18 years of age, sitting deep in the hole or dropping back into alongside Orban. As Orban sends it to the right-hand side. And it is listed as a back five. Earlier reports was a 4-3-3 as Racing trying to make something happen on the centres. And that's gone straight out of play. Sergio Sanchez getting forward on the left.
Sanchez will be the wing back on the left, and Montoya will be the wing back on the right.
Walter Montoya bring in, of course, that experience to this side. One of the veterans of this team now at 27 years of age. Just the second oldest player, of course, behind Ibáñez in this lineup.
Let's remind everyone that Montoya will be leaving the team. His loan expires at the end of December, and Racing will not use the option that is in his contract to buy him. He's probably too expensive, so he's probably playing his last matches for Racing.
So it's corner for Racing. It's like Prado centres, headed, just skips off the head of Orban. And now Union looking to counter on the left-hand side. Now was a foul. Free kick for Union de Santa Fe on the left-hand side, the far left. Just a body block there, Nacho, from Montoya.
Sorry, say that again, Darren.
Just a body block there from Montoya.
Yeah, I think just a tactical foul of Montoya, quite clever to stop Union's counter-attack. Good decision from Montoya, I think.
Without it conceding a yellow card.
Exactly. Arguably, it was for a yellow card. I think the ref probably allowed Montoya to get away with it. But as I say, good tactical foul from Montoya.
Racing. Just playing it around in the defence. And then a long ball forward, but that was picked off. Racing take over again in midfield. Danda sprays it out to Montoya. Montoya tries to get past Esquivel. Has gone to ground, claiming to be hit in the face. That's going to be an interesting battle, Montoya Esquivel. As it's back with Orban. Steps over halfway. Dink ball forward. Great ball to Montoya, is in the area. Centering pass. And that's just gone wide. That will be a corner kick to Racing. Good bit of defending by Franco Calderon. I think that was getting back and clearing that away. Nacho Terreno.
Yeah, fantastic pass from Orban. And I think this is the advantage that you might find when you play a wing back. I think there was some doubts in Union whether the left winger or the fullback to take on Montoya. Montoya actually found space and almost produced the first goal for Racing. So we will see this. If Racing use their wing backs intelligently, we will see more of this. Let's see what happens.
Nothing came of the corner. It went over the head of everybody, and it is with Ibanez. He's just hit it long. Headed back by one of the Union midfielders. It was Assis, the Uruguayan. Here's a throw-in near side, just in front of Bakasese's bench, to be taken by Jeremeta, who he had a good game last time these sides met a couple of weeks ago. He was quite impactful for Union down the right side from the right back position. This time it's going to be another throw-in for Union. Bit of an Argentine start to this game, Nacho, if you understand what I mean.
It is. I think both teams are trying to settle. I think that the most interesting in the game is going to be can use their wing backs, because clearly Union it's might have some troubles with that kind of shape that Becasese is playing today. I'm positive about it. I think the first 5 minutes saw Racing taking advantage of that, those doubts in Union, but let's see.
Cabrera with the corner headed on, and a good save. Ibanez header again from the danger man, Fernando Marquez, but a good strong save by Ibanez. He got way too much room at the front post there. So another corner to be taken by Cabrera. Again, they play to the front of the area. Still, now it's been cleared. There was a infraction.
Let's remember that
Merlis.
Cookie. Sorry, Darren. Let's remember that Cookie Marquez used to play for that team, that Defensa y Justicia team managed by Becasese, who finished second just below Racing in the table. The year Racing won the league with Codet. Cookie Marquez is a very experienced number 9. He used to play for Belgrano, Defensa y Justicia. He also played abroad. Really, really intelligent player. Not the quickest number 9, but very skillful and very intelligent.
So a throw in from Geremeta into the centre. Flicked on, needs to be dealt with. Is just about by Orban, and then a volley clearance by Caceres. But it will be a throw in on the near side, the right-hand side, as we look at it on our pictures right now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Russ Morgan for getting involved in the comments. Orban heads away. The throw in. No foul given as a player goes flying. Now the referee is going to pull things back. It is Assis who he got undercut a little bit. Landed on his back. Probably took the wind out of him just a little bit there. 10 minutes gone. Racing 0. Union de Santa Fe 0. I think that's a foul there by Santiago Godoy. So it will be a free kick for Unión de Santa Fe. About 30, 35 yards out on the right-hand side of the area, or the right side of centre. Will be whipped in, headed well away. Oh, but the shot comes back in, blocked. Racing can't gather, no chance of a counter-attack here. It's with Zenon. Zenon tried to send it through, but that's been cleared long. Montoya. Sorry, that is Walter Montoya, completely out of position, trying to win the ball back, unable to do so. Throw in for Racing on this near side. Long throw down the line, but again, that's been picked off by Unión as Sergio Sanchez trying to drive down the left-hand side with it. Nacho, what have you seen in this first 11 minutes?
I think probably I'm going to say Unión is probably the best team, the better team, but still everything very even. I think Racing still tried to settle in the match, but defending well. I think the shape with the 3 centre-backs and 2 wing-backs is working for Racing defensively. I think slowly we are going to see Racing getting and growing into the game. Something similar happened against Atlético Tucumán. Let's see what happens.
As Racing are trying to make something happen down this left-hand side, but it's gone all the way back to Bonansea, the Unión keeper. It's been a bit of a scruffy one so far, but that's been well turned over in the midfield. And a long-range effort into the hands of Federico Bonansea. One of the Racing players that didn't quite catch who just turned and struck the ball. It was Angel Gomez, in fact. Saw the keeper off his line, went for a little dig. And that's come off Jeremeta. Out for a throw-in around the midfield mark. What do you make of that effort there, Nacho?
It was an interesting one. Really, really difficult, but I think a good try. As I say, I see Racing probably defending too deep and struggling to get the ball in midfield. So probably it was a good option considering the shape of the team at the moment.
Orban sends it back to Ibanez. Long raking kick out from Ibanez. But again, it's Racing. Both sides struggling to get their foot on the floor, and that is going to sneak through to Bonansea. It was a nice idea, looking for the through ball to Godoy, who is currently chasing. And the press is worked there by Montoya. Montoya, who's got runners ahead of him. Still Montoya coming to the centre of the field. Tries to feed through Angel Gomez. Not enough on that pass, but it's been turned over again in the midfield. So Sanchez gives it back to Orban, puts his foot on the ball, very literally, and then sends it right back to Ibanez. Nearly a moment of excitement. Oh, that's a scruffy pass by Ibanez. But Racing cope well with it. It was picked up by Trushansky, and it's turned over again to Unión de Santa Fe, attacking down this left-hand side. That's a good through ball in. Orban first to it, clears it to the corner, clears again. But it's still as Trushansky goes dramatically to ground, but that will be a Racing throw-in on the far side. Bit of a dangerous moment there, Nacho Tierno.
Yeah, a couple of those. I think Ibanez didn't clear the ball well enough and could have created some damage for Racing, but luckily the shape of the defense, I think that the defenders were in a good position to defend that second ball. Just to mention, I think Racing is playing a quite clear 3-4-3 at the moment with Alcaraz, Godoy, and Gomez up front. It would be interesting to see whether Tanda and Banega can boss midfield. At the moment, they are struggling a bit. I think Racing is trying to jump midfield, to jump the lines, to create some damage. But, I mean, Banega is quite experienced, so I would expect Banega to grow into the game slowly.
The 21-year-old Santiago Banega. But yeah, age for him is really just a number. He's been around this Racing club for a couple of seasons now, on the fringes of the first team. As Racing trying to make something happen down this left-hand side. It's back with Sergio Sanchez. Gives it to the captain, Orban. Juan Cáceres, a big cross-field ball to the front left corner. It's Sanchez. Sanchez gets past Jeremeta, and then Jeremeta is able to use his strength, turn him, clear the ball away from danger. Still not being controlled in the midfield. And now it's Montoya. Cáceres. Tanda. Gets it back from Prado. And then he switches play to the far side, the right-hand side. It's Montoya. He's going one-on-one with Esquivel. Cáceres. It's being picked up again by Racing in the midfield. Good through pass. But it's been left behind. Good defense from Unión de Santa Fe. Still Racing, though, in possession. Montoya now. Gives it to Tanda. Gets it back, but again, not a lot of options right now. Trying intricate passes, but this Unión, they're defending in numbers, and they have built a brick wall, Nacho.
Yeah, good first 10 minutes of from Tanda, I think. I think he's probably arguably the player who has been trying to play the best football in the team, together with Sanchez. And as I say, I'm expecting Banega to grow into the game and start helping Tanda a little bit in midfield.
Sanchez making a run down the left-hand side. That was taken away from him. He did really well, but every time he looked up, he was surrounded by players with no available out ball. He has it for the throw-in now. Gets it back, cross into the area, headed away easily by Unión into the feet of Orban, who sends it back to Ibanez. And, you know, in just seconds, Racing have gone from being in the area to back in their own area. As Angel Gomez. That's a good tackle there by Cabrera. But Orban wins it back for Racing in the midfield. It's Montoya on the right-hand side. He's got runners ahead of him. Tries to feed through Alcaraz. Still Alcaraz now. He's got players in the area to aim for. Still Alcaraz. He goes past his defender. Centers it. Oh, but he can't get his foot around it. Santiago Godoy leading back, and he just scoops it out of play. But a really good bit of attacking play from Racing. Alcaraz just getting past his man, centering it to Godoy. But he never got his feet set, Nacho.
No, Godoy couldn't find the shot, but a great move from Racing. Fantastic skill shown by Alcaraz. We know Alcaraz quite well. He's also together with Banega, and is one of these youngsters who Becasese already gave a lot of minutes before this match. So it's not a surprise. He's probably the most talented player for Racing today, and if Racing wants to create something, it will need to come from Alcaraz.
It's going to be a corner kick to Unión de Santa Fe as Esquivel rifles one off the shins of Cáceres. Kevin Zenon to take. This is their third corner kick. Zenon puts it on the penalty spot, headed high and away by Orban. But it will be Assis for Unión. Sends it back. Montoya pressing. It's gone all the way back to Bonacea. And that is good defending from Racing. They got rid of the danger, but it's been bombed forward again. Now Racing sending it over the lines to Matthias Nani. The first time we've seen him today, the centre-back for Unión de Santa Fe. As we thank you, everybody listening, tuning in, listening to Racing Club UK, bringing you Racing Club Unión de Santa Fe. Thank you to Lawrence Hart, Bama Racing from Brighton, and for Russ Morgan saying hi. If you've got any comments, let us know. Make sure that you give us a like to make sure you We know that you're enjoying this broadcast. And maybe hit the bell icon if you're listening on YouTube, so that you know when we go live next or post any videos. As Racing trying to attack down this left-hand side, it will be a throw-in. As we see a couple of shots of Racing first-team regulars sat in the stands, enjoying some mat day, taking a load off before their next game against Flamengo. Of course, tied the first game at home, 1-1, robbed by the referee.
Indeed.
It was criminal, but we'll talk about that at halftime. As Orban with another great cross to the right-hand side. It's Montoya. Montoya off of the boots of Esquivel, and that will be another Racing corner kick. I think that's corner number 4.
Good last 10 minutes of Racing. As I say, and as expected, the team settled and now is dominating. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's the first team to score, because in the last 10 minutes, I think we've been dominating possession, creating one chance and progressing a lot.
Corner kick comes in and has been headed away out for a throw-in. I think that was Cookie Marquez with the header. The artist formerly known as Fernando. Walter Montoya to take the throw-in. I think it was Angel Gomez with the delivery that time. He finds Gomez. Doesn't have much in the way of options right now, Angel Gomez, number 11 for Racing. As they're trying to work her way down the right-hand side. Good ball into the area. Can anybody reach it? It's through to Bonansea. He slips as he gets a long clearance. My goodness. That was almost the full length of the field. As Prado sends it long for Racing. But that's yet to be really controlled. Now Sanchez, I think he wanted the 1-2. Instead, it goes backwards to Orban, and we start again with Cáceres at the right-back position. Back to Lucas Orban, who's had a couple of fantastic through balls today, showing the class that took him to Europe as a young player, and has seen him part of Racing Championship, the Bicampeons, the Bicampeons. As Tanda sends it outside to Cáceres. He's got runners ahead of him, got players in the area, targets the box. Oh, can't get hot at the header. Oh, and I think that was Angel Gomez, couldn't find the volley. Still Racing on the left-hand side. Sanchez centers to Tanda. Tanda, dink ball into the area. It's punched away well by Bonansea. And now Union, they're looking if they can counter. Long ball forward for Tershansky. He's got Marquez inside of him. Oh, goes for a horrible attempt at something. I'm not sure if that was a shot, cross, but that's gone well out of play. Nacho Tierno.
Excellent from Tanda first with his first pass through different lines, and now and after that putting a cross, a really nice cross. Tanda definitely being the best player for Racing on the pitch so far, together probably with Orban, who is bringing a good level of assurance for the back three. Ibanez
with the goal kick. And that's going to be a foot race easily won by the Union defender. But that's Jeramota spent too long on the ball. Gomez in the front left position. Sanchez now battles, keeps it alive. Oh, that's a nasty foul there by Javier Cabrera. He got embarrassed by the youngster. And then he really threw himself at that. And rightly, the Uruguayan receives a yellow card.
Darren, is it just me? Or is a bit of a kid clash in this match? It's just me, right?
Yeah, I think it's just you.
Okay, cool.
The numbers on Union shirts are actually legible in this game. I could do with Angel Gomez's numbers being a little bit thicker. But no, we've got, Racing in their traditional white shirts, white and blue shirts with the white shorts and white socks, which I suppose are more change colours. As we've got a free kick on this left-hand side, nearly offside, gets put in. High ball, headed Not cleared, still in the area. Shots on, oh, just wide. And that will be a goal kick for Union. Alcaraz, it was, who got his right boot across it for the volley. Racing haven't made Bonaceno work too much just yet in this one, but I think they have been the better of the two sides in this first 25.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I think Alcaraz it's a constant threat for Union on crosses. He's not a tall player, but he's really, really good in the air, and he can jump really, really high. So I wouldn't be surprised if Racing keep looking for Alcaraz and for those balls inside the penalty box for Alcaraz to try to jump and win a header.
So Racing trying to find options down the right-hand side. Montoya now. So Alcaraz, but it's been won back by Union. Leshes sends it forward to Trushansky. Players inside of him. Layers on the overlap. Oh, picked off well by Matias Ibanez. Cookie Marquez was there waiting for any opportunity to score. But Ibanez, now you'll have to correct me, but I feel like this is his first game for Racing.
It's his second game. He played against Atlético Tucumán last weekend.
A game we were unable to bring you live. And it was such a depressing scoreline that I have completely removed it from my memory. They lost 2-0.
Let's remember, Darren, that Ibanez used to share teams with after this. Sorry.
As it's Trushansky, he's in the area. Shots on, shots in the side netting. He had Ibanez beat, but he also had the post beat. But that was a good bit of play from Union de Santa Fe, just coming forward in the midfield. And a well-taken effort. I don't think Ibanez was getting to that one. And that was Tanda. I'm not going to blame him so much, but he wasn't able to pick up the play in the midfield and was completely bypassed by Union de Santa Fe. That was Leshes with the pass. Racing now. Trying again to go aerial. Like you say, bypassing the midfield somewhat. This is a player down. I think it might be Cookie Marquez. No, not Cookie Marquez. There's a player down for Union, but they're playing on nonetheless. Esquivel gives it to Leshes, gets it back. On the far side, the left. Montoya now standing up Leshes, and well won by Racing, and it will be a Racing throw-in. We spoke over you because of an exciting moment, Nacho.
Yeah, I was going to mention that Ibanez and Gabriel Arias shared. They were teammates, actually, in the past. They both played for Olimpo, so it's not the first time that they are the first and the second keeper, respectively, of a team. Not too many people remember that, but they both play for Olimpo.
As Jeremeta gets a ball all wrong, really got underneath the crossed effort, aiming for the back post, but sent it high and out of play. Ibanez, experienced 33-year-old keeper. Of course, on the bench today, Chila Gomez, just 24 years old. We've seen him start huge games for Racing. I think none bigger than the 3-1 win over Banfield a couple of seasons ago now. Coming back from a very serious knee injury. Nicknamed after, of course, Chilavert for his free kick abilities that he exhibited in the youth ranks as he came through at Racing. As that long ball forward has been collected by Ibanez. Long throw out by Ibanez to Sanchez, but that's been picked off by Jeremeta again. Jeremeta's got runners outside of him. Cáceres gets the ball into the middle, and that's come off Lucas Orban, and it will be a corner. Racing tried to keep it alive by Prado roofing it. But that's been given as Union's corner. And I think that's their 5th of the game. Waiting for a statistic to confirm that. So 30 minutes gone. Racing 0, Union de Santa Fe 0. The best start to a domestic game Racing have had in, I think, all season so far in this Copa Maradona. Cabrera. Headed away by the first man. But that's still going to be... No, that's been stolen by Montoya. Montoya can run. He's going to be one-on-one. Still Montoya. He's got players coming on him. Montoya! Great save! Bonacena. He stayed high. He stayed on his feet, but the danger's not gone for Union. Racing with Montoya. Gives it to Angel Gomez. Entering pass. Headed away well by Leches, who's got back in a central back position, I think. And now they're trying to break with it. They do. It's Leches in the midfield. Got runners ahead of him. Still Leches. Good ball into the area. No, too strong. That's out of play. That's going to be a goal kick to Racing as we see the counter-attack again. A fantastic header away by Alcaraz and then stolen off Francisco Jerimeta by Walter Montoya. And Bonacena comes for him. It was a great save with his leg. I think his touch maybe just abandoned him. Had a little bit of bobble in that ball. Nacho Tierno.
It wasn't the best touch before finishing from Montoya. I think that gave the keeper a chance. However, I think, Montoya deserves recognition for reading perfectly what Jerimeta was going to do, and the chance was created because of his game reading. So credit to Montoya for picking up that ball, making all the run. But I think his finishing could have been better. Good chance for Racing. But I think in the last 5 minutes, I'm seeing Racing getting a little bit exposed when the ball is giving away in midfield. And I think there's some stuff that Becasese will need to fix for second half. I think Racing need to play a little bit safer in midfield if they don't want to be caught out.
And again, Racing trying to bypass the midfield, going direct to Angel Gomez as the Union player, I can't quite tell who that is, really clattered the camera position between the two dugouts. He has stayed down. Juan Manuel Azconzabal is incensed by what he's seen. I think it was Assis. He's now up on his feet. Seems to be okay.
I wonder what it was, Jerimeta, and still on the ground, actually.
Oh, it's Calderon.
It's Calderon, yeah.
He's holding his lower back in some distress.
It was a tough one.
Lucas Orban is on the scene. Andres Merolos, the match official, the referee, looks like he's just having a conversation of, I don't know what you want me to do there. It's a footballing incident.
Yeah, it was a 50-50. I think Tanda actually went for the ball. I think Calderon went for the ball, but he could, because Calderon was running at full speed, he couldn't control the kind of the follow through after going for the 50-50, and I think it just stopped, clashed with the camera. But unlucky for Calderon actually.
As Calderon is going to have to wait to be waved on, and he is waved on immediately by the referee. Sensible decision by the referee. The youngster Franco Calderon, just 22 years old, and looks every day of it. Very young looking player. Throw in. Oh, scuffed pass into the midfield, and that has been turned over. But again, won back by Racing. Montoya in possession now. Fouled by Esquivel, who is getting dragged all over the place by Montoya. It looks like Esquivel, and tell me if you think I'm wrong here, Esquivel's got a real man-marking job on his hands.
Yeah, it's a really difficult for Esquivel because he has to deal with Montoya, but also sometimes Alcaraz is playing on the right wing, and that might create problems for Esquivel being outplayed by two Racing players. So.
This is a great run by Gomez. Still Gomez. Referee could have blown up a couple of times. He hasn't. Now it's been turned over. Sorry to talk over you there, Nacho.
No, it's fine. I think I was mentioning that the advantage that Racing might find on the right hand side of the pitch with Montoya and Alcaraz, but so far Esquivel is doing a good job.
And there's been a yellow card there for, is that Patricio Tanda? It is, for just
Standard,
rugby tackling Cookie Marquez. As he tried to turn on the counter attack. Again, what I have always had in my mind that those fouls are really Argentine football, domestic football type of foul. I always refer to them as an Argentine yellow card. It's just one of the things that has really stuck out to me in my 10 years of watching Argentine football.
Yeah, I think in that case, Tanda didn't have any intention of playing the ball, so I can see why the ref
Absolutely
gave him a yellow card.
Dink ball forward. Can Alcaraz gather? Sorry, Godoy rather. Godoy. Back to Sergio Sanchez. And now it's been sent all the way back to Ibanez, who will be under some pressure from Trzaskowski. Prado from his own centre-back position. Long ball forward. As that's been headed well by Calderon. Under some pressure from Santiago Godoy. Sanchez with the throw in. 36 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Just 10 minutes left in this first half. Evenly fought contest. And it's Lucas Orban.
You need more from Banega in midfield, definitely. Otherwise, the only option is to play a long ball, and it's not easy. Union is expecting that long ball now.
Played out to the right-hand side. It's Montoya. Montoya with options in the middle. Still Montoya. Tries to get the cross in. That's blocked well by Esquivel. Montoya still in possession. Turns Esquivel. He's into the area. Struck well, though. Still there. No, he'd have been offside had he played it into the hands of Bonatea, who throws it quickly. And now Cabrera. Links up with Jeremeta. Jeremeta's got runners ahead of him. He finds Fernando Marquez. Cookie Marquez centers it. It's still there for Zenon. Zenon is dispossessed. Shot comes through, and it's to Ibanez. Clears it away well. Racing 0. Union de Santa Fe 0. Orban under pressure. Calm as you like. This is the most calm measured performance I've seen from Lucas Orban in forever. That's Racing trying to play to players that aren't there, and that's gone straight out of play. It was a long ball forward to the left forward position. If you can picture that in your mind's eye. Nacho Cherno, what have you seen in the last couple of minutes?
I'm saying Racing is struggling a little bit when playing from the back. Probably that's because Tanda and Banega are struggling to get that first pass. I wonder whether dropping Alcaraz a little bit. Sorry.
Oh, Zenon.
Carry on.
Zenon does well to win the ball back, and now is headed forward to Trzaskowski. It's cleared away by Prado. Into the midfield. Dinks back forward. Play on. And that's out of play. Trzaskowski couldn't quite gather, but again, more dangerous moments, but some good defending by Racing.
Yeah, I was saying that, and that I think Union realized that by pressing a little bit higher, they might be able to recover the ball and surprise Racing. And I think that because of that, both Banega and Tanda are struggling now. And I wonder whether Becasese need an extra body in midfield to sort out that problem.
It's a long ball over to the right-hand side. Montoya, though, absolutely drives past his man. Esquivel does well to get back on terms. It's centered. It's a goal for Racing Club. The Avellaneda. Carlos Alcaraz on the through ball from Walter Montoya, and Racing lead at home for the first time this season. Nacho Cherno.
Well, the goal came from the right hand side, and we mentioned this. We mentioned Esquivel was having to deal with a tough job of Montoya and Alcaraz, and the goal was basically a combination between Montoya and Alcaraz. Great cross from Montoya, great finish from Alcaraz. Alcaraz is such a talented player. I love him. He's only 17-year-old. It is his second goal for the first team. He is really, really, really good. I have a lot of hopes on this guy.
Racing lead after 40 minutes at home to Union de Santa Fe. And I don't think you can say they don't deserve that goal. It's been a closely fought game so far. But Racing take the lead. Racing 1, Union 0. Alcaraz after 40 minutes. And Racing again still trying to probe down this right-hand side. Wasn't a lot on there. And Union now attacking with Guerremeta down this right-hand side of their own. And that's gone right back through to Cáceres. Cáceres. Long ball forward. Out of play will be a Racing throw-in. Santiago Godoy doing enough to upset Guerremeta. What do you see happening for the next few minutes, Nacho? 3 minutes till halftime.
Hopefully, Racing can control a little better the ball in midfield. I think at the moment we are bypassing midfield, especially when Cáceres and Orban playing from the back. They go for the long ball because they don't have options. But I wonder whether controlling midfield and trying to use Montoya a little bit more in that right-hand side, which already pay something for Racing because the goal came from a really good move from Montoya. I think that's what Racing should aim for: control the ball in midfield and try to find Montoya and Alcaraz on the right hand side.
Speaking of midfield, that is a yellow card against. I think that's against Troshansky.
Indeed, it was Troshansky. I think he was a bit unlucky, to be honest.
Who has collected Benega, absolutely smashed him. Not a lot he could do there, to be honest. So,
no.
Yellow card is a little bit unfair. Benega comes to try and win the ball, ends up getting kneed and then elbowed.
Yeah, but it wasn't an intentional elbow, right? I think Troshansky tried to protect his body with his arm and ended up impacting Benega on his face, but there wasn't any intention. Quite a harsh yellow card, I would say.
I happen to agree. That was a tough yellow card from Andrés Merlos. 2 minutes left in the first half. Racing 1, Unión de Santa Fe 0. That goal just a couple of minutes ago by Carlos Alcaraz. And you can hear all about it. You can even watch it with some analysis from Nacho Neville this week for a Racing Club UK podcast. Live on YouTube and, of course, the Racing Club UK Facebook Live. That will be in the week. Make sure you follow all our social media for exactly when that episode will be coming live to you. Of course, we have a whole back catalogue. Make sure that you check us out on the Split Focus Sports Podcast Network on Spotify and, of course, the Racing Club UK on Twitter and YouTube. As that's been turned over in the midfield by Racing, but it's gone out of play. Fortunately, for a throw-in to La Academia. It's been one back, but Guerremeta just runs it out of play. 44 minutes gone in this first half. 1-0 the score remains. Long ball from that throw-in. Now it's been turned over. Cookie Marquez just stays on his feet, but wonderful bit of defending there by Juan Cáceres. Now Montoya. And he's got past Esquivel again, but thinks he was fouled. Wasn't. Montoya. If he can get past him again, Montoya just holding his face. Esquivel starting to let that frustration really show.
Esquivel is having no help from Troshansky on the left-hand side. So it's a really tough match for Esquivel. Montoya, we need to be fair with Montoya. He's playing really, really well today.
Yeah.
Over to you, Darren.
As Union, they are attacking through the centre on the edge of the area now. It's Assis trying to, not too sure what he was trying to do there. He had runners ahead of him. Instead, he decides to go laterally. As we see the goal once again, Montoya just burns past Esquivel. Has the runner, great weighted pass, and Alcaraz slots it home first time, immediately wheeling off to celebrate with Montoya, pointing at him all the way.
Good finish
Screaming goal. Great
from
finish,
Alcaraz,
great pass.
Very good finish. First time finish.
Dare I say, Lautaro-esque.
It was a bit of Lautaro's finish, but really, really good.
As Racing trying to make things happen down the left-hand side. Angel Gomez hits the deck. Jeremeta.
Do you agree, Darren, with me that in those instances, it's really difficult to keep the ball low and control that shot? I mean, the easiest thing to do is to overhit it and goes over the bar, but Alcaraz controlled it perfectly.
Absolutely, he did. You are the certainly a better goal scorer than I ever was. I would have been the guy delivering the cross. But yeah, he kept his weight over it well, put just enough power on it to beat Federico Bonansea, who has done well in one-on-ones already in this game. Racing with a free kick on this near side, the left, into the area. Didn't get near a Racing head, as that's into the hands of Bonansea. The attempt to chip it back in from the midfield. 1 minute. Well, the 2 minutes have been played, so now we're into the hands of our match official, who blows up for half-time. And at half-time, it is Racing Club de Avellaneda 1, Union de Santa Fe 0. And that is the first time we have been able to say that all season long. Nacho Terreno, what do you make of the first half?
I think it took 10 to 15 minutes for Racing to settle into the game. Once probably the stress of this youngster disappeared, they worked really hard. I think the shape was good. They were organized, and they created a couple of decent chances, especially as we mentioned a couple of times already during the match. On the right hand side, Montoya finding space, making those runs. One of them ended up in a fantastic cross/assist to Alcaraz, who finished perfectly. To be fair, I think it's a very even match. But Racing probably arguably did enough to score one goal, and I'm very happy to see this youngster performing. Showing they are all ready. They are pretty much ready to start competing in the first team.
So it was Alcaraz with the goal. Again, we've spoken about it a couple of times, how well he took that goal. Who else has stood out for you for Racing in this first half, Nacho?
I think Tanda was important, especially when the team was trying to get into the game. Montoya had a very good first half, especially in the last 30 minutes. And of course, Orban. I think Orban showed a lot of composure and experience to lead that back three. And of course, Alcaraz. I think Alcaraz, as I mentioned, is by far the most talented player we have on the pitch today. He's only 17, but Becasese saw things in this guy before, because he enjoyed a good quantity of minutes coming from the bench with Becasese, and today he's showing why that was the case. But if I need to pick one player, I'll probably go for Orban.
I've got to say, I completely agree with you. Orban, for me, has been the best player on the pitch for both sides. He's been incredibly composed, defending, and some of the crossfield passes he's played, including that through ball to Montoya, that really could have turned into a lot more. Absolutely exquisite weight on those passes.
Yeah, and I think Union was a bit surprised by Racing shape. I think they, especially Esquivel and Trojansky, couldn't combine, couldn't coordinate between them to deal with Montoya playing as a wing back. It's that kind of doubt that whether the left winger or the left back have to pick up Montoya. And as a result of that, I think Montoya enjoyed plenty of pace and time. I don't think the same happened on the left, but we should keep an eye on that because Union are struggling with that 3-4-3 that Racing are playing.
Nacho, it's not just the men's team that we care about here with Racing Club UK. The women's team played this morning. It was a 9 a.m. kickoff local time. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, it was a really, really nice 3-0 win for Racing against Villa San Carlos. This was the first fixture, of Torneo Transición. I think the name of the cup is Copa IPF. And we are sharing the group with River, Lanús, and Villa San Carlos. So a really tough group for the team led by Spinelli, our manager. But as I say, a really, really good start. I think we need to mention something. Our friend of the Racing Club UK podcast, Natalie Juncos, was the captain today. We cannot be more proud, right?
As I tweeted earlier, my captain is better than your captain. So happy for Natalie Juncos. Messaged her good luck yesterday for the game. She's been working incredibly hard on her game all through the pandemic, all through the lockdown. She went home to Houston, been putting in drills, and it's paid off in a huge win for today. And of course, captaining the greatest football team to ever grace the planet. So hugely just made up and very, very proud of Natalie Juncos and what she's able to achieve.
If you give me 1 minute, I tell you who scored the goals. To be honest, the match wasn't on TV. It wasn't even on any kind of streaming. So we could only follow the match through social media. But credit to Racing Club Fem account. They were absolutely amazing, and I was able to follow the match thanks to them.
Well, as Nacho just quickly finds the scorers in the other game in the group, it was River Plate with a 6-0 win over Lanús. A bit of a demolition job from River Plate, who, of course, Natalie Juncos used to play for before she joined a vastly superior football club.
Cool. I have the match info with me now. So the goals were scored by Lourdes Martinez, Paloma Fagiano, and the international Milagros Otazu. Remember that Juncos and Otazu are the two players from our squad that are part of the Argentinian national team as well. And as I say, a great way to start this cup or this tournament, whatever we want to call it. And it's going to be a really, really tough group. We all know Lanús is a very decent squad, and River, it's a very good squad. We lost against River during the previous tournament, and I'm sure it's one of the squads that is one of the teams that is going to be fighting for the title. So let's see what happens. But Spinelli was very positive after the match, saying that he believes that Racing will be there also to be a title contender. Which is great to hear.
Just quickly finishing up on that, of course, we announced a new signing yesterday, the women's team. New goalkeeper, Peruvian international. Nacho, how big is that?
I think it's good. I think it shows... So my point here is... are we now looking at other markets as well to improve our recruitment. And I think there has been a great job done by Spinelli and Stefania Piazza as well, working with the reserves team. And I think that there is youngsters now joining the first team, and the reserves team did really well last season. However, if there is opportunity to recruit players in South America, I'm not sure how many teams are looking at those options. So that could be something to look into, and could be very beneficial for Racing. It was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that, but it's definitely positive.
Also on social media, as we see the Union reserves warming up, Ale Sarkis on Twitter, Racing fan, says, "Es Gareth Bale or Walter Montoya?" It's a good question.
It's a good question. Gareth Bale is left-footed. That's the only thing made me think it's Montoya.
So, as we've said, at halftime, Racing Club lead at home 1-0 over Union de Santa Fe. Nacho, you spoke in the first half about the need to change a couple of things. What do you think needs to change the second half to keep and even improve how things are going for Racing?
I wonder whether Julian it's an option. Julian Lopez is an option. I know he's coming back from an injury, an ACL injury. But I definitely think we need an extra body in midfield to help Banega and Tanda to start controlling the ball, controlling the possession. And maybe we need to sacrifice Gomez, who is playing as a left winger up front, the three up front that we have. But I don't think Becasés is going to make any changes at halftime. I think he's going to wait to see what happened. However, what I saw in the last 10-15 minutes is Union pressing a little bit higher and creating some problems for Racing. As I say, I expect more from Banega. I think Tanda played well in midfield, but Banega didn't do that well, and as a result of that, we are not controlling the match as we can. On the positive side, is definitely the Montoya Alcaraz combination paid already for Racing, and I have a lot of expectations in a couple of youngsters that are on the bench. One of them is Cardoso. I would like to see more minutes of Cardoso.
Yeah, it's an incredibly, again, very young bench for Racing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players under the age of 20, 2 20-year-olds, 2 21-year-olds, a 24-year-old, and a very youthful 34-year-old in Ivan Alexis Pichud, a.k.a. Cafu Cuatro. And again, a very young bench. Well, yeah, a very young bench as well for Union de Santa Fe. Who stood out for Union for you, Nacho?
I think the best player was probably Cookie Marquez in the first half. I think he had a couple of decent chances. His free kick could have been a really nice goal. But apart from that, I think Union struggled, and it struggled more than Racing to control the ball. I think, as I say, on the left-hand side, there was a lot of gaps, and Esquivel couldn't deal with Montoya. And I remember when we play Union away, that Asconzábal decided to change the shape at halftime, and I wonder whether he's going to try something similar now. Because, as I said, Union is clearly struggling with that 3-4-3 that Becasés decided to go with today, and I wonder whether this kind of 4-3-3 or 4-5-1 that Asconzábal is playing is not suitable for that shape that Becasés put on the pitch. Let's see what happens. Asconzábal is quite a clever manager, so I'm expecting to see some changes at halftime, either tactical or some players coming from the bench.
But we're a couple of minutes away from returning to the second half in Avellaneda. Racing 1, Union de Santa Fe 0. Thank you so much for listening, for checking out Racing Club UK live audio commentary of the Copa Maradona 2020. We are in the first stage. I think it's safe to say Racing Racing have been eliminated from contention of getting out of the group stage into the winners bracket, as I'm referring to it as effectively referring to it as. But we could still win a Copa Sudamericana place.
Yeah, a Copa Sudamericana place that if we win it, we will pass it to another team because Racing already qualified for the next Libertadores anyway. So if we take that Sudamericana spot, it will go to another team.
Now, you know me. I am always go for every competition you can. And obviously that hasn't been the case here. Even though Racing have been putting out good strength squads prior to this game and maybe the Tucumán game last time out. But what's been going on, essentially, is what I'm asking you, Nacho.
I think this was never a competition that should have been a priority for Racing. However, Becasese decided to play a first team the first 2 or 3 fixtures. Things didn't work out, and after that he very openly said that it was time for youngsters to have a chance in this competition, and since then he had decided to play pretty much a reserve team, which I kind of agree with. I thought we should have done something, maybe play a mix of youngsters and first team from the first match. I think this was a competition to give some minutes to those good players we have in our academy, like Alcaraz, like Tanda. For some reason, Becasese didn't want to do that until we were pretty much eliminated from the winners bracket, like you call it. But still, although we don't have any chances to qualify to the winner bracket, this is a good chance for the youngsters to enjoy minutes, to be tested against a first team. And so far, I think they are delivering because they did well. They played a decent match against Atlético Tucumán despite losing 2-0, and they played decent 45 minutes today, and they're 1-0 up. Over to you, Darren, because I think the second half is going to start.
Second half is about to kick off. We have had 2 substitutions for Unión de Santa Fe, just waiting on official confirmation of exactly who has come into the game. Gaston Gonzalez, 19-year-old, has come on for Cookie Marquez. And I know that Mauro Luna Diale, who scored last time these 2 teams met, he will be entering the fray. Exactly who he's replacing, I am not certain of just yet. We have not had official confirmation. But we are getting ready. We are moments away from the second half kicking off. We are waiting on Andres Merlos, the referee, as it is. Is that Leshes with the captain's armband now? Neri Leshes. It is indeed. So he will be captaining his side in this second half. And just a quick plug to a fantastic website. If you are ever looking for Argentine football stats, promedios.com.ar is your place to go. We are underway for the second half. Unión de Santa Fe attacking from the right to left as we look at it. Racing in their traditional colours, blue and white shirts, white shorts, which are a change, white socks, as that's been turned over in the midfield. Jermeta trying to make his way forward. Still Jermeta. Sanchez. Was that Sanchez?
Yes, it's Sanchez.
Sanchez coming across to deal with it. We've had 1 confirmed substitution, but there were more. Troshansky is still on the pitch.
Yeah, Troshansky. It looks like Troshansky is playing as a number 9 now. So let's see what the change is up front. I think Gonzalez replaced Marquez and Godoy replaced Cabrera. And I have the feeling that Zenon is now playing up front, or maybe they changed the shape and they're playing a 4-4-2, as I mentioned, because of the problem that they had with Montoya. That's probably the case. Let's see. If you give me 3 minutes, we can probably figure out that.
Godoy has been, like you say, Godoy has replaced Javier Cabrera. He was on a yellow card. Franco Godoy, 20-year-old Argentine. Racing unchanged. And in the lead, it's Luna Dialli. Has also come into the game.
Yes, we also we have a lot of things to update.
And corner in, headed away well. It's taken by Zenon. Jeremeta sends it right the way back to Federico Bonansea, and he's changed as well. High ball forward. Nani can't get hold of it. Still making its way forward. Now it's just hoofed into the air. Union trying to knock it beyond the Racing back line, and that's been cleared high into the stands by Juan Cáceres.
So, Darren, so I think we need to correct something. It wasn't Godoy, it was Luna Diale replacing Cabrera.
As it's Trzaskowski, but that's been well cleared, well dealt with by Orban, who sent a high ball over the top. Bonansea is going to come for it, headed away. He's currently out of his area, Racing unable to capitalize as Esquivel sends a good ball forward. It's into the area. It's a shot. It's a goal just wide. Out of play for a goal. Corner kick. Must have been saved by Ibanez. That was Kevin Zenon. 1-on-1.
It was either Ibanez or it was Cáceres just blocking the shot. I would like to see a replay of that. If it was Ibanez, it was a fantastic save, actually.
So immediate pressure from Unión de Santa Fe. 3 minutes into the second half. They have their second corner. You're listening to Racing Club UK live radio commentary of Racing Unión de Santa Fe in the Copa Maradona. Ball into the back of the 6-yard box, and that's been hooked high. A back across goal, but dealt with by Ibanez. That was an awful attempt at a clearance. And I think it is Luna Dialli has come in rather than Godoy.
I think they're playing a 4-4-2 now with Diale and Trzaskowski. He clearly Gonzalez came in to help Esquivel on the left back, on the right hand side of Racing attack, because we mentioned that the Union was having big problems there. So as expected, that Conzábal took things at halftime.
So again, that's the 8th foul conceded by Unión de Santa Fe. Racing with a free kick about 40 yards out to the right of centre of goal. It's going to take a heck of an effort from Angel Gomez. That's Benega in the area, wanting the flick on header. Good cross in, flicked away by Unión. Headed back into the box. No flag, Cáceres! And that's going to be cleared by Unión de Santa Fe, as I think that's Lucas Orban still down in the area. Unión trying to hit on the counter. That's going to be back with Ibanez, dealt with neatly by him, cleared away under pressure. Back over halfway. Racing still lead 1-0. As getting down the right-hand side, but that's been lost by Alcaraz. Out for a goal kick. It is Alcaraz bleeding from the eyebrow. took an elbow from, I think that's Matthias Nani. And then Cáceres with the snapshot. Well saved by Bonansea. Is VAR operational in this competition?
No, it's not. It's not operating in Argentinian football yet. Expected to be implemented from next tournament.
As Unión de Santa Fe attacking shots on out of the area by Jerimeta. Absolutely nowhere near the goal. Thankfully for Racing. Zenon.
What a
save by Ibanez. Strong right-hand finish. Orban did just enough initially, I think, to unsettle Zenon as he gets past him. And then a left foot attempt. Strong right-hand save by Matthias Ibanez.
Yeah, fantastic save from Ibanez, actually. I think he saved Racing there.
I think we can call that one save of the day so far. Is that better than Federico Bonance's save on Walter Montoya?
Yeah, I think it's probably a more difficult one because Zenon finish was good. I think in Montoya finish was not the best one. But anyway, I think that both keepers, Bonansea and Ibanez, are doing a good match. Are playing a good match. They saved their teams respectively a couple of times already.
Racing lead, but currently it has been a lot of Unión de Santa Fe in this second half. And again, Racing's midfield, a little bit sixes and sevens. Assis had a lot of room there. Now it's on the right-hand side. Jerimeta centers. And that's out of play. Alcaraz still receiving treatment. Becasesa, I think, wants his physios to hurry up so he can get back on the field. Racing down to 10 men momentarily. It was a very light nick by the elbow of Nani, but enough to bust him wide open. And Unión. Ooh, that was a little bit of a stomp by one of the Unión players. I think that may have been Assis. Esquivel gets it forward. Out wide now with Kevin Zenon, who stung the hands of Ibanez. That's been blocked. And it's frozen for me here.
And it's frozen for me as well. It's back now.
We are back. Unión have not scored. They are controlling play in the midfield. Alcaraz is back. And that high, wide, and not very handsome effort from Franco Calderon. Much to the delight, no doubt, of Sebastian Becasese.
Yeah, I think it's time for Becasese to do something in the field. I think Racing lost control of the match, of the ball, of the possession, and Unión is finding options on their left, on Racing right hand side defense. So I'm keen to see what Becasese is going to do to try to compensate that and recover the domination of the game. Let's see.
Racing still lead. It's back with Orban. Gives it to Ibanez. Ibanez under pressure from Tushansky. Gets that ball well clear. But easy one header by Union's centre-back. And it's going to be a throw-in on this near side, the right-hand side, taken by Gaston Gonzalez. Taking their time. Calderon gives it to Nani. Esquivel, who has had a rotten time of it in this game so far. Like you said, didn't get the help he needed against Walter Montoya, who, playing like a right-footed Gareth Bale, took him apart. If there's one thing we love here at Racing is incredibly outrageous comparisons to other players. We have Cafu Cuatro on the bench, remember. As that's going to be a foul. Or maybe just a throw-in. As Sanchez, who's impressed so far.
Oh, that was nice from Sanchez.
Egregiously by Jerimeta. Sergio Sanchez, 19-year-old fullback, really impressing for Racing today.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I think he's having a good game, Sanchez. Good defending, but also quite positive in going forward and not being afraid of playing the ball. Good minutes from Sanchez, I think.
Trushansky says play on. Both players went for the 50-50, and it ended up with them both on the deck as Racing just still not able to properly control the ball, and that's out of play for a throw in. We have subs warming up as we saw Santiago Godoy on his back trying to play the ball. It kept what could loosely be described as the play alive. Montoya with the throw in. Still Montoya. Now Montoya trying to drive towards the area. Good defensive play there by Gonzalez. But it's Tanda on the right-hand side, Racing. Still Racing with Benega. Tanda wanted this shot. He wanted to go full Luciano Awed. Instead, Jeremeta is trying to drive away from it in the midfield. He's been fouled. And it will be a free kick to Union de Santa Fe in the middle of their own half. 1-0 Racing lead. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Make sure you share that you're listening to Racing Club UK on all your social medias. Follow us at Racing Club UK on Twitter as Racing. Union, rather, have a throw-in on the right-hand side. They are looking the more dangerous of the two sides right now. Ball dinged into the area, headed well way by Castares. And straight out of play for another throw-in to be taken by Jeremeta. Jeremeta gets it back. Good ball into the area, but hooked away. And he's linking up with Luna Diali. Jeremeta is on that right-hand side. Nacho Tirano. Oh, we've got a substitution.
Sorry, you're breaking out a little bit. Yes, Cardoso. Cardoso is warming up.
So Avelio Cardoso ready to come into the contest. Again, another 19-year-old come through the youth academy here at Racing Club de Avellaneda. Esquivel. But that's been won back by Montoya as two Union players go for that slide challenge, and somehow it ended up as Union throw-in on this side with Esquivel to take. As the referee now decides that the substitution can take place. Racing's first change. Remember, you've got 5 substitutes. Now, which of our shaven-headed players is this? Is that Gomez?
It is Gomez, and I think I was saying that Gomez was probably the candidate to come off because I think Racing was needing another player in midfield. I wonder whether Cardoso is going to drop a little bit to help Vanega and Tanda. Let's see, or whether he's going to be exactly the same position as Gomez and it's more a like-for-like substitution.
So, Racing now having to defend against Franco Diarrameta, who's just driven all the way into the Racing edge of the area, tries to dink it forward. That will be another corner to Union de Santa Fe. How many corners have they had in this game so far? 6 corners. That is their 7th corner in the game. If promiedos.com.ar is to be believed, at least. Good ball into the area, bouncing harder, and a great save, Nelson Ibanez.
Slowly becoming the man of the match, Ibanez.
It's either him or Lucas Orban. Let's see it again. Headed down by Franco Calderon. And a wonderful diving save. Ibanez able to watch it all the way. And Franco Calderon has every right to wonder how on earth that stayed out. Esquivel with the corner in. headed away. More Racing bodies hit the deck. Assis, the Uruguayan, gives it to Esquivel. Esquivel can't get that in. They're appealing for a yellow, for a handball.
And he was given.
I mean, we can. This isn't the time or place to be discussing the new handball rules, but it's absurd.
It is.
Absolutely absurd.
I think someone will need to explain it to me again, although I've been trying to understand it and reading a lot, but it's so confusing.
I don't know why you'd waste your time. At this point, it's bordering on farce. But it is a free kick to Unión de Santa Fe, and I'd be saying that if Racing had won the free kick as well. Near side the left, it's in line with roughly the edge of the area. And it's been played back. Esquivel went for the dipping Ronaldo-esque effort from long way out. Ibanez unmoved, and that's going to be a Racing goal kick.
I think Racing has been quite good when it comes to defending set pieces. I think Calderon had a clear chance, fantastic stop from Ibanez. But apart from that chance that Calderon had, I think Racing have been quite good defending corners and free kick and general set pieces today.
That's another goal kick hit long by Ibanez. Nobody's able to properly get control of the ball. Now it's with Bonansea. Under pressure, but he gets his clearing kick away. Montoya now controls. Pass to Tanda. Tanda sends it out to the wide left position. Great pass and well kept by Racing. Tanda gets it back from Cardoso. But he loses that possession now. And Meta trying to come away with it. Played quickly. Assis gives it to Zenon in the midfield. He's got players outside either side of him. Centering ball. Assis can't gather it. It's with Esquivel. Esquivel goes for the cross in. Well played. Lucas Orban did a really good job of diving in there and collecting the ball enough for it to be cleared. Danger is not over as Assis switches play to Esquivel. Esquivel just absolutely does Alcaraz. And it's a ball into the area. Zenon squares it across goal. Well defended by Racing. Danger's not gone. But that looks like Sergio Sanchez trying to take things away. Meta plays it off of him. Nacho Terano. That was a scary moment for Racing.
It was, but I think the defense was in a good position. They kept the line perfectly and they defended quite well, especially Sanchez. I think we are allowing Unión to control the game at the moment. The problem is I keep sorry for insisting, but I think it's in midfield.
Kevin Zenon. It's Alvarez Esquivel. Now it's with Gonzalez. Back to Zenon. Zenon switching play to the right-hand side. Squared into the area. Still there. Cleared away. Just for a goal, for a corner kick for Unión de Santa Fe.
It's actually a goal kick. I think it deflected in Gonzalez, probably. I don't know. Okay, Meta, sorry.
One of the Racing players down, holding his left knee. Can you see exactly who that is, Nacho?
I think that's is it Sanchez? I have a feeling Sanchez.
As we see that fantastic save again from Ibanez. And another fantastic save from Ibanez. That time, the header from Franco Calderon in the corner kick, headed low. As it's time. Time for the leader of our football team to return to the field. He replaces Leandro Godoy. I have him as Santiago Godoy. But
yeah, and I think Montoya is going to. Sorry, Darren. I think Montoya is going to midfield.
As Ivan Pichoud with a booming header away, only as far as Trushansky. And now it's been picked up into the area. Ibanez with a fantastic save, cleanly wins the ball at the feet of, I think that's Luna Diale of Union de Santa Fe. But Cafouf is in the game. Ivan Pichut. Playing at right back. As Walter Montoya has come over, or stays on the right-hand side, but he's going to look to give Lucas Esquivel even more nightmares than he's previously given him.
I think I'm going to be fair with Becate. I think he made the right decision. And I'm saying this before seeing what is going to happen, right? I think Racing was needing an extra body in midfield. He brought Pichut in. Pichut will play as a right wing back, and Montoya will play on the right-hand side of the midfield. And probably Alcaraz will be the only striker now.
We will see if Nacho Neville is correct with his assessment. Lucas Orban gives it to Tanda, goes back to Caceres. As Montoya can't quite gather. It looks like it's raining quite heavily in the stadium in Avellaneda now, making things more difficult than they need to be. Montoya is fouled by Matthias Nani. That will be a yellow card at least. And it is a yellow card from our FIFA official Andres Meros. Just leaves his leg in, or leg out rather. Cynical foul by Matthias Nani. We call that an Argentine foul. An Argentine yellow, I suppose. As again, more familiar faces in the stands. Racing first teamers, including club captain Licha Lopez. So Racing free kick, long way out. Montoya almost certainly not going to have a shot here. Aiming for maybe Orban in the midfield. Montoya, long ball to the back post. Orban, oh, just wide. The captain couldn't quite gather, and Caceres couldn't dink it in as it came across goal. A fantastic, actually just onside, great cross in. Orban heads it down, but couldn't quite send it to that far post. But a fantastic effort from Racing, Nacho Tierno.
Lovely cross for Montoya. Good move from Orban, who I think was just onside. Unlucky. I think he did the right thing. He tried the right thing, heading the ball into the far post, changing the direction of the ball. It would have been probably a goal, which it was going to be a combination between the two best players on the pitch today. But unfortunately, Orban header went with just wide.
As Walter Montoya is just offside from that pass from Alcaraz. Oh,
and he wasn't.
He was not, but it's close. And, you know, referees and assistants have a very tough job. But he was just onside, but the flag was raised. A positive looking attack from Racing. 20 minutes left in this game. Change coming for Unión de Santa Fe. Juan Portillo looking to sub on. Young 20-year-old. As opposed to an old 20-year-old, but you know what I mean. As Assis tries to send it through to somebody for Unión. That was cleared a long way out by Racing, but Racing currently defending very deep. Tanda doesn't know whether to come or go. Orban comes, heads it away. It's with Sergio Cardoso. Luna Diale for Unión. Now it's with Sanchez. Sanchez drives, gets past two, but can't get past the third. On the outside now, the right side for Unión. And that's just been scuffed away by Caceres. Some last-ditch defending from Racing, but dealt with it well. Montoya with a huge ball forward. What can be done here? Good bit of defending, very good bit of defending by Matthias Nani did exactly what needed to be done, and Alcaraz could not gather in that ball. It is looking slippery underfoot now as the rain has been falling in Avellaneda this afternoon. Racing 1, Union de Santa Fe 0. 26 minutes gone in this round 5 matchup of the Copa Maradona in Argentina. Kevin Zenon, he's had a tough game. He's forced one of the best saves you're going to see this weekend out of Nelson Ibanez. Not Nelson Ibanez, Matías Ibanez.
Good second
Going down
half from
history road there.
Really good second half from Zenon, the Union player. I think he's probably the best player on the pitch at the moment. It's interesting to see how over to you, Darren.
The corner comes in, it's been headed out and then cleared. Montoya trying to gamble, as they say in lower league football, as that's well out of play. Sebastian Assis. Nacho?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the second half it's a really entertaining match. Union is going for it. He's putting Racing under pressure. Racing is defending deep, but I think Becasse's substitution, bringing Pichut and putting Montoya in midfield is already benefiting Racing, because I think it's now a more even second half. We still have pretty much 22 minutes to go, including added time. I think Union will keep putting Racing under pressure, but I wonder whether any combinations between Alcaraz and Cardoso can create more for Racing and finish this match.
So, former Crucero del Norte player Juan Portillo is on, and he's replaced Kevin Zenon, and also Neri Leches, who was the captain, has been replaced by Gaston Comas. And that is the substitution, all of the substitutions used up by Union de Santa Fe, I think. Oh, no, they've got one more sub. Because they've made 2 sets of 2 substitutions, so they have 1 change left. Of course, new rules, 5 substitutions allowed. Assis sends it back. Just over 15 minutes left in this game. Racing 1, Union de Santa Fe 0. Racing with all 11 players back inside their own half. Happy to let Union slowly try and bring it up. Jeremeta centers the ball. It's been taken down, and that's been deflected behind. The shot by Comas, who's just come into the game, came off. I think that was Lucas Orban. Jeremeta centered the ball, and my apologies, that came off Juan Cáceres, who did a great job keeping his hands out of the way. Corner kick. High. Oh, into the hands of Ibanez. That was a good attempt by Juan Portillo. The 20-year-old got the header, but Matías Ibanez did enough to once again keep Union at bay. Very comfortable for the experienced Ibanez. Again, huge thank you to everybody who's listened, watched, shared, liked, commented on this game so far. 15 minutes left. Let us know who your man of the match is. We like to award a player of the game from both sides. It's going to be a lot of players in contention for it today after what's been a really intriguing and enjoyable game of football. Still 15 minutes left in this one, though. You listen to Racing Club UK, Racing versus Union de Santa Fe from the Copa Maradona. Live English language commentary of football straight out of Avellaneda. As Union, they're trying to make things happen down this left-hand side. It's Esquivel trying to get past Cáceres. Esquivel gets past Cáceres, centers the ball. That's been hooked away just. And on the second attempt, it goes out for a goal kick to Racing Club. But again, Nacho, dangerous times for Racing.
Dangerous time.
Union.
Yeah, dangerous time. I think Union have been by far the better team in the second half. However, I think there are three players in Racing that deserve special mention. The three centre backs, Prado, Orban, and Cáceres, have been outstanding so far in the second half. Have been they are defending deep, but they are winning every single individual battle, and that's probably the only reason why Racing is still winning this match, including Ibanez saves, right? But really good match at the moment from the centre backs. I think that the organization of that back three is fantastic, and the person who probably deserves the credit for that is Orban.
Jeremeta tries to centre the ball again. That's been cleared well by Fernando Prado. One of the centre-backs just praised by Nacho Tierno. And, of course, Matías Ibanez with some fantastic saves of his own. At least, I would say, 2 world-class saves, and the rest have been of the absolute highest quality as well. As there's an Union player down, Racing will continue to try and get out of their own half. Ivan Puchud plays it down the line to Montoya. Montoya against Esquivel. It's gone well for him so far today. Still in bounds. Now Montoya puts the burners on. Oh, that's a foul. And it wasn't Esquivel. It was Juan Portillo. Montoya stays down. Racing will have a free kick. And that's a yellow card for Portillo. Montoya toyed with him and then drove by him as Portillo came across and collected him. As we have 2 Nacho Tiernos in the chat. Can you hear us, Nacho Tierno? So, Nacho. We can hear you. As Montoya puts in this free kick. Oh, Orban gets up for it well. Oh, that's going to be a foul. That's a foul conceded by Racing captain on Franco Calderon. Oh, I just smashed my elbow, smashed my knee.
Sorry, Darren, I was having some technical problems.
As Racing still lead 1-0, final 10 minutes of this game. Union attacking down the right-hand side. Is Diale has been huffed away high by Fernando Prado. We've got Nacho Tierno alongside myself, Darren Paul, bringing you live Racing commentary in English language as Montoya gives up the foot race. He was never going to win. Nacho, with 10 minutes left, what would you like to see from Racing in these last 10 minutes?
I think I still think they need to work harder in midfield. They need to try to control the ball a little bit more. I think we are sitting too deep and allowing Union too much. I would like to see Racing playing probably 20 meters forward, push their lines up, and see if these 10 minutes are not just 10 minutes of defending deep.
I'm not too sure if you're going to understand what exactly I mean here, but this is the feel of a Diego Coca managed game right now for Racing.
Yeah, I think second half has been a quite conservative / defensive approach, but in a way I think it was expected. One, because this young player might be getting tired. Number two, because Union was going to push to get that equalizer. And I think that's something in every player mind, that when you are 1 goal up, you naturally go to a more defensive position. I think because it's a try with putting Montoya in midfield, and
I think there's an improvement after that. Let's see the next 10 minutes, but I think over to you, Darren.
As Racing are trying to make things happen, Montoya with another good pass forward to, I think that was Alcaraz. Alcaraz has it on the right-hand side now. Alcaraz, one-on-one with Portillo. Portillo gets the better of him there, but that's going to come away for Unión de Santa Fe as Orban puts it out of play. Toshansky, he was onto that one if Orban wasn't. Toshansky, whose hair is a lot less bleach blonde than the last time we saw him, and it's really throwing me off. Francisco Jeremeta, good ball in. Oh, that's been cleared well enough by Ivan Pichud. And if he didn't, Gaston Gonzalez was surely there to gobble up the opportunity. And we were looking at a tie ball game instead. Racing still lead at 1-0 against Unión de Santa Fe. Matías Ibáñez in goal for Racing. Barking instructions. Lucas Esquivel gets the ball in, puts it on the penalty spot. Well headed away by Lucas Orban. And now Walter Montoya. Montoya trying to attack down the left. Long, raking, crossfield ball. As Evelio Cardoso in the foot race. He's won the foot race. Has it in the corner. Got nobody with him. Turns his man. Drives. He's into the area. Drops off. Cáceres to nobody. And that's going to trickle out of play for an Unión de Santa Fe throw in. And you're going to have to explain that one to me there, Nacho.
I think Cáceres was expecting a player to arrive, probably Alcaraz, into the penalty box. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But what a nice move from Cardoso. How well he kept the ball first near the corner and then created that chance for Racing. All the credit to Cardoso and probably to Montoya, who put a really nice long ball.
So Unión, again, trying to link up play, attacking down the right-hand side as Junior Sousa says, Vamos Racing in the chat. And that's been cleared away. It will be Montoya. Can he turn? He can turn. He drives past Portillo. But Matías Nani, composed bit of defending. As again, Unión trying to make things happen. Pichud did enough initially, but it is Esquivel. Esquivel puts the ball into the area. It's been taken down. Shot Lucas Diallo, just across goal. That was very nearly 1-1, but Racing still lead 1-0. 38 minutes gone, nearly 39 in the second half.
I think it was the first time that back five got caught out by a long ball from Unión. I think Sanchez misjudged that cross. And Luna Viale, credit to Luna Viale, it was a really nice finish. A bit unlucky. And good for Racing because we're still 1-0 up. And there's a substitution.
Mauro Luque has replaced Walter Montoya. Number 36, the 21-year-old. Again, another player from the academy. Very young side here today. As Alcaraz, who's been in the wars a bit, has gone to ground again. Portillo, he was pushed into Portillo, who has an enormous tattoo just across his neck, the front of his throat, which, I mean, that's going to intimidate you on a football pitch.
Good performance from Montoya, who just left the pitch, by the way.
We will get into all of that after the full-time whistle. Just 5 minutes plus added time away. Danda played that pass a little bit behind Sanchez, but luckily Sergio Sanchez able to turn and get it forward. Racing now with Cardoso. Cardoso battling well against Calderon. Calderon concedes or wins the free kick, rather. As Cardoso looks like he's limping a little bit. That might just be how he walks. As we have, like we say, comments. Bama Racing, says Junior Sousa. Appreciate all your comments, any shares, any likes, any subscriptions to the YouTube, likes on the Facebook, follows on the Facebook. It is all really appreciated. If you want to join the Filial Andres, get in contact with us. As Union still trying to make things happen. That will be a free kick. Assis is fouled. That will be a yellow card to Juan Cáceres. His first, or obviously his first, because if you get 2 yellow cards, you get sent off. In my defense, I am a basketball commentator. And we're used to allowing you 5 of those.
Or 6 in the NBA, right?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, the NBA. It's a free kick for Unión de Santa Fe. About 40 yards out, left of centre. This is almost certainly going to be a cross into the area. Matthias Nani is looming large. Esquivel centres. It is to Nani. That's been head over by Trushansky, though. Racing can breathe again. 3 minutes left of the 45 in this second half. As we see again, just Montoya burning by people. That ball in. And what a wonderful finish by Carlos Alcaraz. So 2.5 minutes left. How long do you reckon the referee is going to give added time as the final substitution is made? Jeremeta, who has been incredibly quiet of late, has been replaced by Nicolas Anderegen.
I think it's going to be 4 minutes. I mean, apart from the substitutions, we didn't have too many things happening that would require additional added time. So and to be fair, Racing haven't been doing any kind of ridiculous time wasting, which is good to see.
As again, Union trying to attack down the right hand side. That's gone straight out of play for a Racing goal kick. As we see Bekasese on the sideline. It's casual domestic Bekasese, not the suited and booted Copa Libertadores edition. Ibanez, one of the standout players for Racing, very possibly man of the match for his 2 sensational match-saving saves. Union trying to get something out of this game. They are currently second in the group. They've got 7 points. They'll be watching Arsenal Atletico Tucumán very interestingly tomorrow with just one more game to play after this. If they want opportunity to go through to the, as I'm describing it, the winners bracket or the winners league. Long ball forward, headed back into the midfield for Racing. Not able to get it clear. And everywhere Racing turn, there is an Union body. That dark blue with one red sleeve. Blue shorts and blue and red socks of Union. It's quite the interesting kit. I think Lucas Orban may have just been given man of the match honours by the Argentine media. As we have 4 minutes added on. And I think that's exactly how you called it, Nacho Tierna.
Sorry?
As that's a foul on, or not a foul, but a Racing player down hurt. Portillo in the midfield for Union. Racing currently down to 10 men. Portillo puts a ball into the area, headed well away. Evelio Cardoso is hobbled right now. He's not able to clear. It's on the ground in the area for Racing. Crossed into the centre, and that's going to roll away and out of play for a Racing goal kick. We're into time added on.
4 minutes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I said.
Like Nacho said, that is nasty.
Yeah, it's a nasty
it's a 50-50. And the Reagan goes over the top of the ball and really hammers the ankle of Evelio Cardoso. And Racing, of course, they have used all 3 of their substitutions. They're 3 of their 5, but they've done it in 3 different blocks. Again, not taking full advantage of the 5 changes that you're allowed, as this is a very impressive run from Union. But good defending by Racing, holding them at bay. Esquivel cleared away, but it will be a throw in, as that was Gaston Gonzalez, number 41 on the left-hand side. Juan Portillo looking to set up one of those Rory Delap-esque long throws. It's into the area. Desperately cleared away, hacked away there by Patricio Danda. And the foot race is on off the other end of the field. Good pressure. That's going to be a Racing throw in. Carlos Alcaraz, the goal scorer. He probably won't be winning man of the match today, but he's put in an absolute shift for Racing for the whole 90 minutes plus these 4 minutes added on.
Indeed, he worked really hard in the second half, making a lot of the dirty work, because Racing didn't enjoy the possession. So basically, he was chasing people the entire second half. But credit to Alcaraz, he worked really hard.
So after the throw-in, immediately turned over to Union, but Pujol has it now, trying to dink it forward, and now he can run with it. Still in the possession of Luque, but now it just runs away from him to Bonansea, but a wonderful turn by Mauro Luque. But Calderon, dangerous centre-back, roaming forward. Centering cross. Oh, that's not been dealt with well by Ibanez, but just enough. And that was hit over by Gaston Comas. It couldn't get his foot around it properly. Let's see this again. Cross in, bobbled as Ibanez went to claim it. So it struck just between his hands, came off his wrist, and it would have been the sort of goal that you saw in the playground in North Wales in the late 90s from Gaston Comas. As it is, it's still Racing 1, Union de Santa Fe 0. And we are just at the end of the 4 additional minutes. Now we are into the hands of Andres Merlos, whether or not he is going to put this game to bed. Racing 1, Union de Santa Fe 0. It's a goal kick for Racing. Ibanez plays it long, crosses midfield. And now the referee blows his whistle. Racing Club de Avellaneda win a game. It is 1-0, the victory over Union de Santa Fe. Alcaraz, the goal scorer for Racing. Walter Montoya with the fantastic assist. Racing finally in the Copa Maradona. 3 points on the board. Nacho Tierno.
Yeah, good first half performance. I think in the second half, arguably, Union deserved the equalizer. But as I say, after the first half finished, it's positive to see these youngsters performing the way they did. I think they show a lot of personality, and that has to be the main point of our analysis. There was good things from Orban, Montoya, Alcaraz, and Ibanez. Overall, it's great to see a young group of players not only getting 3 points but showing that they're ready to compete. It's not easy to compete when you don't have experience, and today they didn't show that. They look like an experienced group of players, which is excellent to see.
As we see Lucas Orban congratulated Montoya. It's being interviewed currently by the Argentine media. Nacho, who were your standout figures for Racing today? I know there's quite a few.
I think it has to go to Orban. I think he was extremely consistent throughout 90 minutes. He organized that back 3 or back 5
perfectly, both in the first half and in the second half when Racing was massively under pressure. He was the leader on the pitch today. He was composed with the ball, and he almost scored a goal. So a complete performance from Orban. Special mentions to the guy who is being interviewed, who I think got awarded man of the match by the Argentinian TV, Montoya. Got a fantastic assist and arguably one of the best performances with the Racing shirt for Montoya. And among the youngsters, I think Alcaraz, with a fantastic goal and really a really good performance from a work rate perspective. And I also enjoy Sanchez's work, the left wing back. I think he was decent. He was composed with the ball. Probably last 10 minutes he got tired and made a couple of mistakes, but overall, I think it's another player to look for in the future.
I don't think I can fault anybody's performance today for Racing. Maybe Angel Gomez, who didn't really put his mark on the game in the first half when he was on the field. Ibanez, of course, you didn't mention him just then, but we mentioned all through the commentary just what a fantastic performance from Matías Ibanez. And if ever we have a goalkeeping issue with Gavi Arias, I mean, I think we're in fairly safe hands with Matías Ibanez.
I think we are. I think he's a very experienced keeper. He's technically good. We saw good things of Ibanez playing against Racing, actually, for Patronato. And I'm not surprised that today he showed his quality. I think he is a decent keeper and he is a very experienced keeper. So in a way, I think Racing today was relying on him, on Orban, on Montoya, and the three of them were there to support the youngsters. So they deserve a special mention as well.
Now let's talk about Unión de Santa Fe. Who stood out to you for Unión?
As I say, in the first half, it was Cookie Marquez, who was probably their most dangerous player. I think in the second half, as I mentioned during the halftime analysis, I think Asconzábal was going to tweak the team tactically. He did. They play almost a 4-2-4 in the second half that created a lot of problems. And I think from that 4-2-4, I think Zenon was really, really good in the first 30 minutes of the second half. He was unlucky because Ibanez put a fantastic save, probably the save of the match. And that's the only reason why Zenon didn't score. So I need to say probably Cookie Marquez and Zenon.
Yeah, I would go with, I think I'd go with Kevin Zenon. The overall body of work that he put in, of course, Marquez, fantastic in the first half, was substituted at halftime as Asconzábal made the changes. Nothing Federico Bonansea could have done on the goal. He was very, very good. He saved, of course, a great one-on-one opportunity from Montoya before the fantastic Carlos Alcaraz goal. So that is pretty much going to do it for us this evening. Nacho Tierno, what are your final thoughts?
I think it was a really good, entertaining second half. And I think there was a really interesting tactical battle between Asconzábal and Becasese in the second half. And both teams tried to change the match with the substitution, which is really nice to see. I love to see those things. I love to see managers trying to have an influence on the match. And they actually both did. I think good. If I need to give points to Becasese and Asconzábal, I need to say 4 out of 5 for both. I think they both tried to influence, and they both, with their substitution, they were absolutely spot on.
Well, that's going to do it for us for this evening. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, for joining us, for the comments, and for the support that you have shown us throughout this game and throughout the journey of Racing Club UK. We will have the podcast coming back this week at some time. Make sure you follow our social media for exactly when that will be. We will have Nacho Neville, because we know how popular that was the first time around. We're going to have Nacho Neville on the case, breaking down some of the key moments of this game. Nacho Tierno, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Darren. I really enjoy it. It was, and your comments were excellent as usual.
I appreciate that. That's very kind. Of course, you can follow us at Racing Club UK on Twitter, Racing Club UK on Instagram and, of course, Facebook. If you want to become part of the filiale, get in touch with us and we will make that happen for you. Thank you very much. And it just leaves me to say, Racing win it at home 1-0 over Union de Santa Fe. Good night.